Hey friends, welcome to Global Tarot Circle. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your tarot fairy godmother, and this is our monthly online tarot meetup. Thanks very much for being here. It's so great to see all of you. Many of you know how we begin, which is to let us know where in the world you are and what deck you're working with. And the first thing we do is readings. So if you have a burning question where you would like a reading, you can go ahead and put the question in. So where in the world you are, what deck you're working with, and if you have a burning question. Really grateful to see all of you here today. If you did not have a chance to check out my video with Nancy Hendrickson, my interview with Nancy Hendrickson, it happened at noon today. Obviously, the link is up. Definitely check it out. Likewise, your tarot scopes. All right, so for the first half of our time together, we will read for one another, and we will do it in a very specific format. A lot of you know the format, but I'm going to say it anyway. I will take the questions that I see in the order that I see them. I'll read the question aloud. I will pull one card from my Morgan Greer Tarot, because that's what I decided to use today, and give a reading with that one card. Anyone else who would like to do a reading will do the same thing. You'll put the name of the person, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. So if you are receiving a reading, don't just listen to me. Make sure you read through the thread to get your full reading. We really are a global tarot circle. Now, in the second half of our time together, we will do some informal conversation and tarot study. So if you have questions about tarot, things that you want to learn, things you don't understand, whatever, we'll handle that in the second half of the hour. So once again, thanks everyone for being here. Really, really appreciate all of you. If you're new here, please do subscribe, and everyone, please do like this video. Nilsa, so good to see you. I miss you too. I'm glad that you're here. So let's see some of the introductions. Lisa Harmon, thanks for being a member in Greenville, South Carolina, using Tarot of the Witch's Garden. Caroline McLaughlin, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis in rural NSW, Australia. I feel like I should know what NSW sounds like. Means what NSW means, but I don't, and I feel really stupid right now. But anyway, you're in Australia, and I'm so glad that you're here. You're just coming home from a night shift, so just listening in, very good. DH in Connecticut. Eileen Smith, first time here, so glad you're here. Shrimp is a psyop. I would love to know more about that. Thanks for being here. You're from Wesley Chapel. That's great. That's great. Okay, let's see. Audrey M., thanks for being a member in Delray Beach, Florida, using light seers. Cannot go wrong with the light seers. Betty Flesher, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member using Secrets of the Witch's Garden, brand new by Sasha Graham. Hallelujah. From West Virginia. Justine in Houston, using Spirit Wise tonight. And Justine, thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Eileen is from Florida, working with the Hollow Tarot. Very good. Oh, and Lady Lenormand, thank you for being a member. Thanks for being here. And thank you for the super sticker. I really, really appreciate that. Super chats and super stickers are ways that you can show your support for this broadcast, and it is much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Oh, NWS, the Northwest Territory. I knew it was something like that. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it. Okay. And Trey, so nice to see you. Los Angeles, California, using the RWS. And Mediha Ness is in the Northwest using the Nicoletta. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this deck. I just realized I've written it a million times and I don't know how to pronounce it. Sakali? Maybe? I don't know. Sound it out for me if you can. Oh, NSW, New South Wales. Oh, that makes sense, Audrey. Yep, got it. Unicorn Rocks by Maya. I was just thinking about you the other day, wondering how you're doing. We've missed you. Are you in a new home? What's going on? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Ashley, you're in Florida using Ancestral Path Tarot. Can't go wrong with that one either. One of my favorites. Caroline, New South Wales Estate. Got it. Thank you. I apologize for my ignorance. I am such an American when it comes to that. Like, I am not good at global geography. I mean, I know where continents are and where countries are, but I should learn. Mediha, I don't know either. I'll have to ask an Italian speaker, seriously. Okay. Oh, here we go. Thank you for explaining. Shrimp is a psyop. I'm a metalcore vocalist and music producer. Wonderful. Nice to meet you. Psyop is my solo artist name. Shrimp was my name online. Before that, I brought them together. I love this. Thanks for sharing. Peggy Lou Levens, thanks for being a member in Sacred Forest, Oak Hill, Florida, using the RWS. Unicorn Rocks by Maya, thanks for being a member using the Triple Goddess in Washington State. Carolina, I'm so bad at geography. I'm glad that's not just an American thing. I just have this sense that, like, everyone else in the world, just like everyone else in the world, speaks more than one language, and I don't. A lot of Americans don't. Everyone else, I feel like everyone else in the world knows where things are, and I don't. I don't know. Lisa, no worries. We're just discussing that none of us are very good at geography, apparently. There it is. All right. Okay, Unicorn Rocks by Maya. So much going on. Still in the same house, but the purchase fell through. I'm sorry. Now, do you have to move, or are you good there? How is that? Smile Soul 20. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. In Connecticut, using the Rider-Waite Tarot. Cannot go wrong with that. All right. So let's get going. And if you haven't introduced yourself yet, please do. And let's get shuffled and get ready to do the readings. Now, I move fast. I move fast for two reasons. Number one, I've been doing this for a long time, and so function of practice. Number two, it is much quicker to talk than it is to type. So I'm going to go through these as quickly as I can to make room for everybody. If you're trying to go through and get to everyone, you may or may not be able to do that, and it's okay. It's okay. Do every other one. Do just the ones you want to. It's okay. You don't have to struggle to get to everyone. Just get to some. And likewise, if you ask a question, remember, read through to get the rest of your reading. We're all reading for you. All right, the first question is Smile Soul 20. Once again, thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here. My question is, what does the universe want me to know? I think that is such a great question for a general reading. Like, if you don't know what you want to ask, and that's like readers who say, I don't do general readings. Why not? Because the question for a general reading is always, what does the universe want me to know? And so now it's not general anymore. There you go. Hello. All right. If you'd like to do this reading, at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Let's go. Smile Soul 20. What does the universe want you to know? The moon reversed. You are at a time in your life right now where things that haven't made sense are starting to become more clear. Be open to that clarity. All right. Next question. Sunlight. And if you'd like to do this reading, at Sunlight, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Feeling of my friend, for me, is she my twin flame or soulmate? So that's such an interesting thing because, and this is a great teachable moment, so thank you for that. Because to do that reading, I would have to believe in twin flames or soulmates, and I don't. I don't think that's a real thing. And so what do you do in that situation? You know, you can say, well, you might need to work with a reader who believes in those things. Or you can translate and you can say, is there something, a spiritual connection in this relationship? So I'll ask the question, and remember, you've asked 2 questions here, and we're only answering with 1 card. So I can't do both questions. So the question, I'm going to gently rephrase and just ask what we need to know about this relationship. How about that? So if you'd like to do the reading, the question is, what do we need to know about this relationship? For sunlight, remember, sunlight, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. All right. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not seeing it. I feel like there has been a connection. There has been some passion. There has been something, but has been is the operative thing. I'm not seeing it. Yolanda, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Starting to, my supervisor, okay, here's the question. My supervisor is starting to harass me again. Why and what will be the result? What should I do? So again, it's a lot of questions for 1 card. So what if we just say, what does Yolanda need to know about what's going on with her supervisor right now? If you'd like to do this reading, at Yolanda, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. And Yolanda, we're so sorry you're going through this. So what you need to know is stay positive. What you're seeing as harassment may not be intentional. It could be a cultural difference. It could be a communication difference. It may not be personal, number 1. Number 2, respond as much as possible with positivity. And I know it makes you feel bad, and you have to honor how you feel, certainly, but also try to stay positive and see things in a positive light as you go through this. All right. All right, Trey Cameron, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. If you'd like to do this reading, at Trey, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Any message from Spirit about my creative project? And I just wanted to comment, Smile Soul 20, I sure do hope you're reading through the thread because you're getting some great cards. Oh my gosh. All right, Trey, if you'd like to do this reading, at Trey, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, any message from Spirit about my creative project? Yes, pursue it. Oh my gosh, the Knight of Wands. Goodness gracious, or in this case, of course, rods. And remember, if you're reading for someone, to put their name on it. Name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Oh, good. Smile Soul 20, you're reading. Okay, good. So, Trey, I love this card for you. Pursue it. It is creative. It is important. You're onto something. Look, you even have a dragon on your head. Oh my gosh. Pursue this. Pursue. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. All right. DH, once again, thanks for being a member. Did we ever meet in person in Connecticut? I wonder. All right. If you'd like to do this reading, at DH, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Question is, what does the universe want me to know? The answer that I get is there's something in your life that isn't feeling stable and isn't feeling supportive. Understand what that is, figure out what that is, acknowledge what that is, and figure out what you have to do to fix it. You need to nurture more stability and more support. And again, if you'd like to do this reading, at DH, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. All right. And there is a great comment here on the soulmate thing, which is a thing we could we have to talk about that maybe in the second portion. But Shrimp is a Psyop says, soulmate is an interesting term. I see it as an archetype which fulfills roles the other needs, meaning there would be many, many soulmates for any given person. Right, and I can totally buy that. The problem is when a reader says to you, this is your soulmate, you're going to feel spiritually bound to stay in that relationship, whether you should or shouldn't. And so it becomes, kind of a dangerous thing. Like, I feel like readers should never use that term. I just think it's dangerous. So when I say that, it's very much from a perspective of a reader, that if I use that term, I could hurt people. That's how I see it. So in other contexts, it could be fine, right? Okay, next question. I see Peggy Lou Levens. Any messages from Spirit? If you would like to do this reading, at Peggy Lou, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. 9 of Wands reversed. You can only do so much. You can only do so much. And you have to recognize that you cannot be responsible for all the things all the time. And Shrimp is a Psyop says, oh, definitely I agree. Vernacular is tricky, right? Right? All right, okay. Okay, next question I see here is Mediha Ness. Thank you for being a member. Thanks for being here. The question, work is odd. What should I know about it? Great question. If you'd like to do this reading, at Mediha Ness, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. You got the Chariot here. And I think, Ness, one way or the other, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to move forward. Whatever's weird right now, don't attach to it. Just let things unfold, let things move forward. It'll all come out in the wash. And again, if you'd like to do this reading, Mediha Ness, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay, up next, Audrey M. It was so nice to see you this past Sunday, Audrey. See, I almost called you the name of my granddaughter because it's close, right? Aubrey, right? Okay, Audrey, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. My question is, I have a feeling of impending doom. I hate it when that happens. Oh my gosh. Any feedback on the who, what, where related to that feeling? So, man, that could be a thing that we could talk about in the second half too, man. Show of hands on that one. Oh, and here's my experience personally. Sometimes it'll be like really clear, okay, that's what that was. Sometimes it'll be like a much less doomful thing than you thought it would be. It's weird. It's weird how that happens. So let's take a look. What the heck? What the heck? Good question. If you'd like to do this reading, at Audrey M, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What's the deal with the feeling of impending doom? What's the deal? It may, let's see what other cards came up with. This time around, Audrey, it may be something that needs to die. It may be growth on your part and that you are letting go of some things that you need to let go of. And so that may be a difficult and painful process, and it may indeed be doom, that some part of you is dying so that the greater, more authentic part of you will live. I did that in that religious way, that we might live, which doesn't mean might live. No, you will live. But that you will, that part of you that is authentically you will be able to grow. That's what I think. Let's see what other people have to say. And let me know if that resonates for you, or if you're like, no, I know this is some messed up stuff, Yeah, let me know. Okay. Okay, and so the next person is Peggy Lou. We don't do 2 questions, but we're going to do this one because it's actually for another person and it's for a person who's struggling. So we'll do it. You'll have to tag Peggy Lou, but I think by context we'll know that these questions are for your sister, not for you. So any message from ancestors or spirit for my sister in the hospital. And we're so sorry that you're going through this. So if you'd like to do this reading at Peggy Lou, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation, Page of Cups, surround her with love. She is surrounded with love from the ancestors. Just love. It's just all about love. That's all you have to, that's all you're responsible for. And that's what the ancestors are doing. They're just surrounding her with love. Betty Flesher, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. My question is, how many spirit guides do I have, please? And that's an interesting one, too, because that sort of relies on a belief system. Like, I mean, I would guess that there are people who believe, like, and what is a spirit guide? You know, like there's a lot there, depending on belief system. Now, I happen to believe that we probably have many spirits guiding us over the course of our life, sometimes more than others. So let's just take a look and see what happens. You know, this is what I'm just going to pull the card and interpret it, and we'll have other people do the same. At Betty Flesher, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation, if you dare to do this reading, which I think could be pretty fun. Let's see. Betty, Queen of Swords, honestly, I'm going to say you have one primary guide that has been with you from before you were born and will be with you after you die, and then many, many, many others, like roses in a garden, many. But they all go through her. They all work through her. That's what I would say. All right. So we've got a question, and I want to say is this Nilsa? Yes. Yes, Nilsa, I know that you logged in finally, which is great, so that I could see, but I know this is you, so I'll take the first, because I know you asked twice, once when you weren't logged in and once when you were, or were logged in differently. That's great, no problem. But I'll take this one, and I know it's for Nilsa, Nilsa. What should I know about my current job? Great question. And if you'd like to do this reading at Nilsa, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. King of Wands reversed. You may not be enjoying it that much. You may have some boss or, some mucky muck head honcho who doesn't do what they're supposed to do. It may not be the best, but it doesn't feel like the worst either. So, let's see what other cards come up. I don't love this, but I don't hate it. So that's where I'm sitting with it. Let's see what other people have to say. All right, TJ and GA. What do I need to focus most of my attention and energy on at this time? Well, if you'd like to do that reading, at TJ in GA, name of the card you got and your interpretation. What does TJ need to focus most attention on at this time? All right. TJ. The Hanged Man. What you need to focus most of your attention on right now is nothing. Like in the most Zen sense, nothing. Yoga, personal healing, personal insight. If you can't control it, don't do it. Surrender, letting go, whenever appropriate. Let's see what other people have to say. Okay. Hey, Jill, nice to see you. I'm just scrolling through and making sure. Hang on, I'll get back. I'll be back with you in just a minute. Just want to. I see everyone doing so many good readings. So good. I just want to make sure. Just want to make sure I have. Oh, DH, we have not met in person yet. Well, I'll hope to remedy that one day. And Audrey, my clairsentience, is screaming loudly. Lots of feelings. I hear you. Medea Ness, could chariot mean I have a free pass to run over this person? Ha, ha, ha. And I see everyone raising their hand, right? Right. All right, I feel like I'm caught up. Okay, here we go. Okay, Justine, thanks for being a member, a moderator here tonight. And also, Justine is one of my primary tech volunteers for StarCon, just so you know. And she volunteers not just at the conference, but all year long. And if I doubled her pay today, she still wouldn't be getting what she's worth because she's volunteering. And we really appreciate that. I would quadruple her pay if I was actually paying her. Perhaps one day we'll be able to, Justine. I'm hoping. But anyway, we appreciate you so much. All right, here we go. I liked my therapist, but didn't feel like I was making any real progress with her during our sessions. I really need to get back into therapy because my depression is really getting me down again lately. Should I give her a try again or find a new one? That's a great question. All right, and thanks for using members-only emojis. All right, if you'd like to do this, at Justine, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What do we say? I think a new one. I'm going to interpret the Six of Pentacles reversed as you've really gotten everything you can from her right now. A new one, fresh look is a good idea. Get a fresh look. All right. All right. Let's see, I see a lot of good readings happening. Very good. I just overscrolled. Hang on, let me get back to where I'm going. Hang on. Trey, back to the soulmate thing. But also this idea that there's one person to complete you is gross. I agree, man. Yeah. Oh, interesting. None of us, Trey, thanks for keeping track of that. None of us got good vibes from the person that Sunlight was asking about. And that's the interesting thing. Like, if we're all pulling each one card, like, what do we get, right? It's so interesting. Okay. Hang on, I am trying to get to the next question. I just skipped a whole bunch. Didn't mean to, but I did. Here we go. Here we go. Eileen Smith is up next. And I know that we're at the half hour. So we're going to continue to do these questions, but the floor is now also open for questions about tarot. If you have a question about a spread, about a deck, about a reading you did that you didn't understand, about a particular card you don't understand, a technique, anything, you can now ask those questions, and we'll continue to do the readings as we get through the questions that have been asked, which starts now with Eileen Smith. If you'd like to do this reading, at Eileen Smith, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, would love to get a message from the other side. All right. If you'd like to do this reading, at Eileen, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Ace of Wands. So I'm not sure who this is, but it's a very specific message about healing, reinvigoration, reinventing yourself, starting again. Some sense that you may be feeling tired. You may feel like you're not, oh God, not ready to do that, but it's time. And Spirit is really trying to give you energy for healing and for fresh starts. Okay. Lisa Harmon, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Your question is next. What does the universe want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading, at Lisa Harmon, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Lisa, Page of Pentacles. The universe wants you to know that you are learning and growing and doing new things, and you should approach this with the joy and curiosity and confidence of a young person. Okay, Shrimp is a PSYOP. If you'd like to do this reading, at Shrimp is a PSYOP, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. My question is about my dating life. I'm not sure if I should even be looking right now because I'm improving and changing a lot these days. Should I just work on me or keep looking for someone? Great question. And I'm not sure those things are mutually exclusive, right? Right? All right. So, let's see. Yeah. So I'd be careful. I'm going to say you can be open to love, but I feel like if you're looking and actively pursuing, you may be a person who becomes very single-minded or very intense about what your goals are. And you don't want to have that as an intense goal. You just want to keep open. So work on you and stay open. How about that? And Clumsy Clairvoyance, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. And you are in the Mojave Desert in California using Tarot of the Cats. Yay. And the next question is Lisa Adams, wondering about the former flame who reached out and wants to connect. Oh my, we better take a look at that. If you'd like to do this reading, at Lisa Adams, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Yeah, no, just no. There is no reason to reconnect with this person that I can see based on the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And you know what? If the real Wheel of Fortune was upright, I'd still say no. No, in my opinion. Let's see what other people have to say. All right. Okay, Clumsy Clairvoyance, here's your question. Do I have a guardian or guide with any message or communication for me at this time? Great. If you'd like to do this reading, at Clumsy Clairvoyance, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Yes. Yes, and the message is about trusting yourself. It's about learning. It's about growing. It's about moving forward. It's about using technology, and it's about writing. And just recognize that you're on a path and you are learning and you are growing and you have spiritual support for that. Okay, Selma. Selma wants messages from Spirit about why Mom was very aggravated this morning. Okay, if you would like to do this reading, at Selma, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Your mother is feeling insecure and taking it out on other people. Could be a health issue, could be a financial issue, could just be an emotional issue of insecurity, but one way or the other, that's where we're at. Okay. Kathy Lee, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Kathy's just looking general. What does the universe want Kathy to know? If you'd like to do this reading, at Kathy Lee, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, strength. So the thing is, Kathy, not only is this affirming your strength, it's also reminding you to be compassionate with difficult people. Now, that doesn't mean you have to let them walk all over you. You control the energy, but do it with compassion. Okay. Ha! TJ and GA, I think this feeling of impending doom may be on the collective level. Well, you got a point there. You got a point. Oh, Betty, I had a bad feeling all day the day my mom fell and broke her hip last year. Yep. Hey, Canchin Verma, nice to see you. Yes, thank you so much. Kids are good. May I ask about my relatives? It's a thing of past where I had a fight with them because of their behavior. Then these bunch of older relatives of family tried to call me multiple times, but I blocked all of them and ignored their calls. Want to know why they're calling? Okay. If you'd like to do this reading, at Canchin, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. We got strength again. I think they're trying to get you under control and get you to think as they think. Okay, Jill Watson, it was so great to see you on Sunday. Thanks for being here. Why am I suddenly dreaming a lot and waking up with the covers all over the place? It's so not me, and there's nothing particularly stressing me out. Okay. If you'd like to do this reading, at Jill Watson. I think you're processing some stuff. I think because you're not going through a stressful time, you're processing stuff that has been with you. Past trauma, things like that. So I think it's just processing. I think it's okay. Okay. All right. I am just scrolling through here. All right. So at this point, the floor is open for your tarot questions. And I think it's interesting because we've already had some great conversations about questions and particularly soulmate stuff, how we talk about relationships in a way that can be healthy for clients and for ourselves as well. We also talked a little bit about, how we phrase readings and that kind of thing, and what to do with impending feelings of doom. Now, while we're waiting for other questions, I thought I would share a little treat with you. Any of you know this, The Fantod Pack by Edward Gorey? And do you know Edward Gorey? I realize I'm dating myself here, but I have always been a fan of Gorey. And Gorey has created a deck of divination, which I'll share with you in just a moment. Here's a question from Mediha Ness. How do you interpret the Eight of Wands for why someone wants to connect? Oh, I think, okay, because Eight of Wands can talk about communication and it feels urgent. And I feel like they're either looking for information or they have information to give you. Like there's definitely, it could be gossipy. There can be a gossipy aspect there. And it could be seeking out information, that kind of thing. That's what I think. But anyone else, tag it Eight of Wands. The context is why someone wants to connect. Wow. Shrimp is a psyop. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's a heck of a story, and we're so glad that you're here on the planet and here with us, and so glad that you're healing. That's the name of the game. That's really all it's about, right? Healing. So let me know if there's other thoughts about the Eight of Wands in that context. Betty, I think soulmates are or can be anyone in our past lives, friends, mates, people we associate with in past lives. Sure, it could be part of your soul family, all of that. Sure. I think that, here's my problem. People, people in my industry and adjacent to my industry make millions of dollars fraudulently, trying to, I will find your soulmate. I will reunite you with your soulmate. And even people who are like, do what I do and what a lot of us do honestly. If I say to you, this guy you're dating, I'm sure this is your soulmate. And then he starts beating you and cheating on you. That's going to be a problem. So there it is. Ashley, I don't understand how I should interpret the judgment card, especially in a love reading. So, and tag it judgment, and the context is judgment in a love reading. So for me, judgment can be a lot about getting closure to the past and what happened in the past. So it could be like having to do with the other person having issues from the past they don't have closure to, or you have issues from the past that you don't have closure to, or the two of you in the relationship have an argument that you haven't resolved yet. So for me, it can be a lot about finding resolution. Does that make sense? Let me know, and if anyone has another take, I'm open. Let me know. That would be for judgment. Okay, and while we're looking for other comments and questions, let me show you this delightful thing. It's got a beautiful book, and here's the back of the cards. And if you know Gori, you know that this is the doubtful guest. And so we've got these beautiful cards: the ladder, the ancestor, the sea, the bottle, the effigy. I'm a DNS, right? I saw an ad that a person draws the picture of your soulmate. I find that wrong and stupid and possibly dangerous. Right. Ashley, that made sense. Okay. Good. Kanchan, out of all the teachers in my life, a teacher I met in past and recognized the person was from my past life and helped me moving forward on my sole purpose in this life. Never had I had such a great teacher before. That's fabulous, right? Right? And that's the thing, like the people that we recognize from past lives, that can mean so much, but people will interpret what it means perhaps wrongly, right? Okay, Katie Kondo, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member, and thank you very much for the super chat. I got the Empress twice in a reading about my relationship with my mom, and the card was crossing. It was the Page of Swords. And the card that was crossing, it was the Page of Swords. What do people think? So, tag it Empress, but it's Empress crossed by the sword, by the Page of Swords. And I would say that the Empress is the quintessential mother. And your mother is the quintessential mother. She just wants to be your mother. She wants to take care of you. And the Page of Swords is like she knows you're smart, but if she's seeing you as a page and not a queen, I feel like, and some of that is the physical reality that you still need care because of your disabilities. But I think there are ways that she doesn't see the possibilities for you that you need her to see. Maybe something like that. Let me know what you think. Lady Lenormand, this is a good one at Katie. Speaking up and speaking your truth with your mom in an adult way. Are there some old patterns you need to break from childhood? I love that. I did not see your tarot question, Trey. I apologize. Thank you for calling my attention to it. Let me roll on back. I'm rolling on back to see your question. I see you doing some great readings. I see that. There it is. Can you give me your thoughts on the Seven of Pentacles? Yeah, we were talking about the sevens at our meetup in Panera, Palm City, this past Sunday. Seven of Pentacles is such an interesting card because its meaning has changed in the consciousness in the past 100 years. When A.E. Waite had Pixie draw it, she was drawing. So in the Waite deck, it's an image of the Irish potato famine. It's not good. It's not good at all. And Crowley calls it like futility or something. I mean, it's like really not good. I don't remember if it's futility, but it's something bad. It's something bad. And in more modern decks, we see it as harvest. Tend your harvest. Now, I like to call it the tired gardener. and the idea that the gardening is hard. It's hard. But I do believe, like, oh, Kanchan, in my culture, 7 means full circle. That makes sense. So I tend to be more positive about it. I tend to be more modern about it, where, it's not the easiest and it's not the best and you're tired. But if the other cards around it are pretty good, I feel like, whatever it is you're trying to nurture, whatever it is you're trying to create will be okay. But I mean, if that card describes your job and that's the best your job is ever going to be, you need a new job. That's what I have to say about it. Let me know what you think. What do you think about the Seven of Pentacles? All right. And anything else I missed, let me know. Now, here we go. The thing about this deck is it's totally a parody. It's totally a parody. So, for instance, the effigy, we're looking at the effigy right now. Okay, what does the effigy mean? August, a sexual problem, assailed honor, unpleasant secrets, amnesia, broken hopes, a misalliance, rashness, yaws, I don't know what yaws is, clouded mentality, abrasions, financial loss, and accident in a stadium. So it's all funny, right? I have no idea what to do with this deck, but I love it and I think it's hilarious. And again, I love anything made by Edward Gorey. So let me know your thoughts, like a parody deck. Cool? Not cool? Cool? What are your thoughts? Katie, how did it make that shift from famine to bounty? The toxic positivity of the New Age movement. Certainly. And how the New Age sort of embraced tarot. Sure. Trey, the Seven of Pentacles has been confusing me lately because the definitions seem contradictory. Crowley calls it failure. Failure, right, that's what it is. Yep, failure. Now people call it patience and growth, very positive. So that's why, okay, I think I explained the historic confusion. Did I? Yes, I think I did. And Lisa sees it as planning for the future, taking stock of your resources, applying wisdom and patience, which would work in either case. Because if it's the potato famine, then what you got to do is like pack your backpack and go to Ellis Island. But if the garden is actually gonna grow some potatoes, we're okay. Oh, I love that. Madiha Ness, I wouldn't mind thinking of the Seven of Pentacles as the frustration of working on something. Before you get to the Eight of Pentacles, where you were able to get results. Ah, shrimp. Oh, my Lord, I am so happy to see someone else knows what toxic positivity is, right? And I mean, I am a New Ager. That's how I came into all of this. But I also recognize, just like I was raised as a Christian and I understand the toxicity of Christianity, I came into the New Age and I recognize the toxicity of the New Age movement. I also came into Wicca and I recognize the problems with the same. Now, it doesn't mean that those things don't have value. They do, but we have to recognize the problems within them, right? We have to. Trey, I like parody decks. Cool. Trey, okay, good. So, Justine, there was a question about the Hierophant. I did not. So now I am rolling back to get Justine's question about the Hierophant, which tells me that I've missed a bunch. Lisa called it the Seven of Potatoes. Moderators, can we get rid of someone, please? Yeah, I love it. Seven of Potatoes. Perfect. Okay. Okay, Justine, I am looking for your question about the Hierophant. Yeah, got it. And again, okay, so context, this is for Justine, and it's been coming up in daily readings continuously, reversed and upright. So it's your stalker card right now. The Hierophant. Any insight? So first and foremost, I'm going to say you're looking for a therapist. And the Hierophant is that, I really need to find the priest. And it's the priest of whatever church you need. So if you need the church of psychology, then you need the priest of psychology who is the therapist. So that. But I also think you're thinking about career. You're thinking about where you want to be and how you want to be. You're thinking about how to follow the rules or when not to follow the rules. So it's all about authority, your own authority, the authority of others, spiritual authority. What do you really believe? And how do you find the right people to help you be where you need to be and get where you want to be? All of those things. That's what I think. Open to any other thoughts. All right. Oh, so okay, no problem, Justine. It got retracted. It got retracted. Okay. Shrimp, if someone's goal is only pleasure, happiness, pain of any kind becomes a curse. But with meaning as the goal, pain is worth it. Toxic positivity is a rejection of nature's warnings, right? Right? Yeah, thank you all for handling that. All right. Yeah, and I think it's interesting when we talk about toxic positivity as tarot readers, because we also don't want to do, doom and gloom. Like, we all know the doom and gloom tarot readers and how they use that to rip people off. DH, this is good. From the Albano Weight booklet for Seven of Pentacles. Can you see who wrote that? And just let me know who wrote that. That's going to be interesting. Ingenuity, growth, hard work, progress, successful dealings, money, and treasures. So that's good. Yeah, I love that. So we recognize there's like this wide range. Oh, right. There's a wide range of meanings for a lot of cards, and Seven of Pentacles particularly, because things can change over time. Justine mentions, when we talk about toxic positivity, we also have to talk about spiritual bypassing and how members of pretty much every spiritual community, there are some people in that community who will use spirituality to shield them from the possibility that any difficult thing could ever happen or ever has happened. Spiritual bypassing. So there's that. So fun conceptual stuff we've talked about, and some very specific cards. We're down to our last 5 minutes, which means it's a very good time to do some shameless self-promotion. If you've got anything going on you want people to know about, drop it in the links. Let's support each other. And if you want to come back to the links to get them, know that it will take 24 hours for the chat to appear on the replay. All right, so a couple of things. If you are a member of this channel at the stars or suns level, our next Zoom gathering is Tuesday, and I actually wrote it as Thursday in the comment thread, in the community thread, fixed it. But it's Tuesday the 13th at 7:30 Eastern Time. The link is up in the community thread. If you have a hard time seeing it or finding it, just let me know. I'll get it to you. Oh, Manly Hall. So Shrimp, you know who you could talk for days about Manly Hall with? Benabel Wen. I am not well versed there. So I don't know anyone else can speak about Manly Hall. Please let us know. But I know I should be. I know I'm remiss in not, right? And since I mentioned it, Benabel Wen is headlining at StarCon 2024. StarCon 2024 is January 19th through 21st. It is a hybrid conference, in person and online. In person in West Palm Beach, Florida. online on the Excelevance platform. Tickets are now available, starcon.com, STAARCON.com. Also, if you are local to me-ish, I will be doing a free class at the Mandel Public Library in downtown West Palm Beach this coming Saturday, 12 noon. I'm doing this every 3 months, so that's kind of cool. You should have a man crush on him, for sure, for sure. We should probably do we should do some classes on historical figures in tarot. That would be fun. Okay, those were Stuart Kaplan. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yep. So here's the interesting thing with those. That period of time with U.S. Games, every little white book that was published during that period of time has the exact same instructions by Stuart. And Stuart just passed away a few years ago, and he is sorely missed. But, so there it is. All right. So let's see, what else? Shameless self-promotion. Okay, James Bond. Anime was banned because the first thing that anime said was incredibly crude and was definitely labeled anime as a troll. I asked that anime be removed for the very rude, trollish thing that anime said. What anime said after is what anime said, but given the first thing, I'm not buying the second thing. I don't believe it happened. So there it is. I will not tolerate people coming in here and saying mean things to me. I just won't. So there's that. All right, my friends. Oh, Pamela's Insight. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. You have a full set of Kaplan's encyclopedias. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat it. No, that's not happening. All right, my friends. I want to thank you so much. Another piece of shameless self-promotion, of course. I am available for readings, phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, or in person in Palm City. Just reach out. My friends, I appreciate you so much. Please like this video. Thank you all so much for being here. If you're new, welcome. Please do subscribe. Thanks to the members. Thanks to the moderators. Oh, there's some interesting Manly Hall stuff happening here. Oh my gosh. DH has one of Manly Hall's books, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, a lot there. Never made it all the way through. Awesome color plates, that's good. And Lady Lenormand, where did I see that? Lady Lenormand has been to the Philosophical Research Center in LA. Manly Hall, awesome place. Go if you're ever in LA. Hey, Trey, you're in LA. So, there you go. There you go. My friends, I appreciate you all so very much. Take good care. Be good. Thanks for being part of this community. We'll see you again soon. Be good. Oh, Febborn, wait a minute. I'm not going away. I missed your question. Where's your question? I didn't even see you. I'm so glad you're here. Febborn. Let's do one more question before we say goodnight, shall we? Shall we? Hey, Dina Moskowitz, I didn't see you sneak in. About the Seven of Pentacles, waiting and wondering what will be dug up and what will be enough of a harvest. Okay. Febborn, I am not seeing you. I'm so sorry. I am looking and looking and looking. Where are you? Where are you? Febborn, if you could find your question and reiterate it at the bottom, that would be amazing, because I am really not seeing it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. I see it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Here it is. Final question. Febborn, medical procedure coming up in a couple of weeks. I am so sorry. So sorry. Will I come out unscathed? Yeah, you'll be as good as new, my friend, as good as new. And reach out, send me an email, let me know when, so I can light a candle for you, all the things. Sending you so much love. Take good care. I will see everyone soon. Be good. Bye-bye.